And one more advantage is the tax diversification in retirement. Having both traditional and Roth savings is like having both a hammer and a screwdriver in your retirement toolbox. You've got options. Say you need to take out a chunk of money for a surprise expense, like a new roof or a surprise destination wedding that you didn't vote for. I don't know. But if you pull from your Roth account, that money comes out tax-free, which could help keep your taxable income lower for the year. And that matters because a lower income could mean paying less for Medicare and keeping more of your Social Security benefits. But if all of your money is pre-tax, every withdrawal hits your tax bill like a ton of bricks. Having both types of accounts gives you more control, and you know what they say, control over your taxes in retirement is pure gold. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the cons. And the primary one, which we already touched on earlier, is no more tax deduction now. And this is a big one because for folks in high tax brackets today, losing the ability to deduct $7,500 or more could sting, especially if you were relying on it to reduce your taxable income this year. Now, if you're thinking about accessing those funds in retirement, the rule of 55 lets you access your traditional TSP funds penalty free if you retire or separate from service in or after the year you turn 55, right? But that doesn't apply to Roth TSP in the same way because you're going to get hit with the pro rata rule, which means that a portion of your Roth TSP is going to be taxed and penalized under the rule of 55. To avoid a penalty, traditional TSP is much more beneficial under the rule of 55 because you don't get penalized for the earnings, but you will just owe federal and state income taxes on the distributions. Since this new rule forces your catch-up contributions into the Roth bucket, but if you're a higher income earner, that specific catch-up money does not benefit from the Rule of 55 access. If you plan on potentially using the Rule of 55 to access some of your catch-up money between ages 55 and 59 and a half, and you're subject to this mandatory Roth rule, that option is gone for that specific money. Now you have to wait until 59 and a half to access the earnings portion of those mandatory Roth catch-up contributions without penalty. So you potentially lose a bit of flexibility in accessing those particular funds in that specific age window. And that would be a bummer for folks who were counting on that Rule of 55 access for their entire catch-up amount.